What up, everybody? It's beatmaking.com here today on Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, giving you a quick sales update. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the latest news, tips, tricks, sales, beats, reviews, updates, and more. Now, I am happy to report that Apogee is currently having a 4th of July sale. It started yesterday, June 29th, and it goes till July 6th. According to their promotional material, you can save up to 50% off select products while supplies last. Now, the key emphasis here is select products. That means you're not going to be seeing any duets, any symphonies at this time, but there's some good news here. Now, first of all, we've got the Groove, which is a premium USB microphone in and headphone out. I have no idea how this thing performs, but it was $199. It's currently $149. And I should let you know that all of the hardware here is refurbished by Apogee themselves. Now, historically speaking, whenever I've grabbed a refurbished product, I really haven't had too much issues when it's come directly from the manufacturer, but just something to be aware of. I know some of you guys aren't a fan of refurbished products, but I think Apogee, you should probably be pretty safe, and I'm pretty sure they should stand behind it because they've got really good customer service, but just something to keep in mind. Next up, we've got the HypeMic, which is a premium USB microphone in and headphone out with a built-in analog compressor. It's iOS, iPad, Mac, and Windows compatible with up to 96 kilohertz 24-bit recording. This one was $349. It's currently $279. Now, it currently says there's only one left available. I don't know if they will refresh that later on to allow for more to be sold after that one is sold. But if you're interested and in the market for that microphone, you should probably grab it. One thing to be aware of is it does not sport the newer USB-C. It has USB micro, and I do like the concept of the HypeMic. It's a bit small, which is great for traveling. It's also got that built-in analog compressor, which is something you just don't see on USB microphones. It's got different flavors and variations. One is more of like a more neutral sounding compression, not too much, and other ones for broadcast or podcast stuff, and then one is really extreme. So if that's something you feel like you need, something you can set and forget, definitely something to take a look at. And they've also got some plugins here, but for iOS users, those are not going to be applicable, so I'm just going to skip over those. Now, one of the best deals I feel are available in this whole entire situation is the MiC Plus, which is regularly $259, and it's currently on sale for $149. And this is pretty much the same microphone as the HypeMic, except it doesn't have the built-in compression. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I believe the internals are pretty much the same, absent the compression feature. Now, for those of you who are well versed in mixing your own vocals and whatever else you would run a microphone through, say with Mixbox, FabFilter, and tone boosters and plugins like that, you probably wouldn't really need the built-in compression, right? Especially if you're not like streaming or doing something where you need it to be activated in real time. You would do just fine with something like the MiC Plus, which is a really good USB microphone. And it's really a steal at $149. I gotta say, I think it's a great deal. Now, the difference between this and the HypeMic is that you don't get those premium accessories such as the pop filter, the stands, the case, things like that. So, something to keep in mind. Getting those additionally later would probably bring you to the price of what the HypeMic currently is at, which is that $279. It would bring you in that ballpark, but with the MiC Plus, you would theoretically be able to piece it together, or maybe those things aren't important to you at all. You might not specifically need their pop filter. You can just use it in conjunction with your own mic stand and your own pop filter, but something to definitely look out for. Now, we've also got the Jam Plus, which is a premium instrument in and headphone out, regularly $159, currently on sale for $99. And we've got the one for Mac and Windows, which was $275. It's now $199, but More importantly, we've got the one for iOS, which was $349 and it's currently $249. And I've got to say, this will not work with USB-C devices. So if you've got a iPad Pro from 2018 and beyond, or you've got that newer iPad Air with the USB-C ports, the one will play back audio like through speakers or whatever, through headphones, but it will not really be able to take on customizability of the input. So if you want to do a microphone input, things like that, adjust the volume, it's not going to work. It's going to be really funky. You need a Lightning device or a computer. So if you've got a Lightning device, this is a pretty good deal, something to take a look at. And moving on to the lower tiers, we've got the MiC 48K, which was $159. It's currently $79. And these are the predecessors to the HypeMic and the MiC Plus. So these are many years old. And then we've got the MiC 96K, which was $179 and it's currently $99. I would go for the MiC Plus for the additional $50 so that you're at least relatively new. But hey, you've got that option there if you want a really, really low cost microphone, USB microphone. Just be aware that your results may vary. And now we've got the Jam 96K for Mac and Windows at $59 when it was $99. And we've got the Jam 96K iOS, which was $99 and it's currently $69. So definitely a few deals to keep in mind there. Now, let me get into what I think you should actually do in terms of taking advantage of these deals. I will have to go on the record and say, as much as I love Apogee, I would stay away from the one. I love it. I own it. I think it's a pretty good interface. However, they haven't updated it to be able to be used with the latest iPads, so its days are numbered, you know? And if Apple next year decided to do away with the Lightning port and now have only USB-C, it would legitimately be dead in the water or usable only with older iOS devices. So I would stay away from the one at that price. If you could get a one used for like maybe $100 and you knew that you were going to stay on a Lightning device for a couple years, in that scenario, maybe go for it. But also maybe not, because the truth of the matter is the Focusrites are pretty good now, and the Mode 2, M2, M4, as well as many others are pretty good now. And we got to remember, right, like preamps, microphones, not USB microphones, but like regular microphones, they tend to perform well for years. You know, we've got microphones 40, 50 years old that still work fine. They might need a little bit of repair here and there, but they still work fine. That's just not the case with anything digital, right? So an A to D converter or a D to A converter or an interface, after 5 years, 10 years, it really starts to show its age compared to other products that are in its same class. So for instance, you used to really have to fight hard to get a good sounding interface. You used to have to pay $1,000, something like that. Nowadays, you can spend $100 and get an interface that sounds just fine. So with that said and with that in mind, I would definitely stay away from the one. Now, the only other products I would consider on here would be the MiC Plus and the HypeMic. The HypeMic, I think, is really useful for those of you who need the built-in compression, whether you're podcasting or you're doing live streams, or just generally speaking, you like to have some kind of analog sound in your chain while you're putting your recordings together. I think in that situation, it could be really useful. It's still a bit rich. It's still a bit much at $279. I don't know if for $279, I would go for that USB microphone, being honest. Now, for $150, I definitely think the MiC Plus is a really good deal. I look around at $150. I'm not seeing much that could really be competition to it. So definitely something to keep in mind. Another thing is that the form factor is small. This is going to be great for some, a little weird for others. So keep that in mind also. And the groove also looks interesting. But other than that, those are probably the only things that I would consider grabbing during this sale. But it's always good to see Apogee at least have a sale. Now, moving on from all of that, have you guys heard about the new Duet 3? If so, what do you think about it? Now, it's not clear yet if the Duet 3 will in fact work with the iOS devices, but I've got to say it looks really, really, really nice. It's a nice looking device. It's going to be priced at $599. It's going to have a glass front plate on it. It's got these purple LEDs under the knob. They're saying it's got legendary A to D and D to A conversion, world-class preamps, onboard DSP. Again, for iOS users, if this works on iOS at all, you will probably not have access to the onboard DSP for any of your productions. So something to keep in mind, don't buy it for the DSP. However, this interface does look interesting. It's priced at $599, and yes, it still has those breakout cables that some of you hate, but they've got something called the Duet dock that will allow you to forego needing those cables. So definitely something to consider. But again, we do not currently know if this will work with iOS. Just putting that out there so that you can have a roadmap if you're gonna shop Apogee, to maybe hold off a bit if you were gonna say go for the one. Maybe hold off for a bit and see what the Duet comes with and if it's compatible with iPad or iPhone. But with that said, what are your thoughts on the sales with the products, with all things Apogee? Let us know in the comment section down below. Appreciate you sticking with me this long. Please be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the latest news, tips, tricks, sales, beats, reviews, updates, and more. And be sure to check out some of the best kits available for iOS at iPadBeatmaking.com. It's iPadBeatmaking.com. Peace.